Welcome to this tutorial where we will dive deep into the world of data visualization in Next.js. We will be using a powerful library called Recharts to create stunning and interactive charts. Recharts is originally used with React, and since Next.js is built on React, the Recharts library is compatible with Next.js as well. Charts are extremely useful in data visualization. In every business, data is the key to analyze and improvise. And to make the data reading and analysis easy and more convenient, we use the graphical representation of data called the charts. So let's say you have this type of data where you have the date of sale and how much revenue was generated by the sales. Then you can read and get an idea as to which day was better for sales and which not. But if it was presented something like this, then it would become even more readable, attractive, and less boring than just numbers. So let's crack on how to create charts in Next.js using the Recharts library. Let's start by setting up a new Next.js project. So I will type in the command npx create next app and the app name, which is try charts, and enter. So it asks me for TypeScript. I'll stick to JavaScript for now. Then yes, we want the ESLint, we want the tailwind as well. Yes for the src directory, app router, yes. Alright, so now the app is created. Let me quickly open the folder. So here we have the application open. Now let me quickly open the terminal. And now we will install the Recharts library. So I'll say npm install Recharts. Alright, it says that we need to use the ---- force. So again, I'll just edit the command, add ---- force. Alright, just to check, let me open the package.json, and here if you observe, we have the Recharts installed. Alright, now let's open the page.js, and here I will clear most of the code. I'll just keep the main component. So let me remove this, and we'll also remove the footer. Alright, and here I'll just place the text charts in Next.js by InitTechLabs. Let's open the terminal. I'll say npm run dev. So now the app is running on localhost 3000. So here I'll just say localhost 3000, and we have the text rendered. Now let's start working on the charts. So first of all, we need the data to map or draw a chart. So I will create a constant here. I'll say const data is equal to. Now we will have an array of objects to draw the chart. So I already have the data. So let me copy this and I'll paste it over here. Now to draw charts from data, we use the ready components provided by Recharts. So let me open its official website. I'll go to recharts.org. Now here in the example section, you can see that there are various types of charts offered by Recharts, like line chart, then there is area chart, then we have bar charts and pie chart, etc. And we also have combined charts like shown in the composed section. So here if I see, so here there is a composition of bar, area and line chart. We will start with a simple line chart first. So in the code, I will render the line chart component, and then we will draw the x and y axis using the x axis component and the y axis component respectively. So here I'll place a div, and inside it I'll say line chart. So this component is imported from Recharts. Alright, let me close it, and inside it I will render the x axis and the y axis component. And now the line chart component, it has to have some default attributes or default properties in order to be rendered. So first I need to give the width. Let me give it 800, and the height I'll set it to 500. And then we need to specify the data to be mapped. So I'll say data is equal to, and this is the data that we want to map. So here I'll write data. Alright, let's save this and check the output. Now, as you can see, we are getting an error. This error is coming because Recharts components have to be rendered on the client side. And right now, by default, our component is rendered on the server side. So to convert this to a client component, I will use the use client directive at the top. I'll say use client. Alright, let's save this and check. So the error is gone, and we only have the x-axis rendered, and that too with simple numbers. To render the sales figure and the date, we actually need to define the data key to the axis components. Data key is used to decide which key or property or field of data will the axis represent. So for the x-axis, I will give date. So here I'll say data key is equal to date. And for the y-axis, I'll say data key is equal to sale. Now, remember, this date will actually correspond to this property date, and this sale will correspond to sale. Let's save this and check. Now, here we have the date and the sales figures rendered in the x and y axis. Now to draw a line, we need to use the line component, which is again provided by Recharts. So over here I'll say line and select it from the suggestions. And again we need to define the data key for the line as well. So here I'll say data key is equal to sale. Let's save and check. And there we have the chart ready. Now there are multiple types of lines that you can have in the chart. Like for example, here if I give type equals to, let's say, monotone, then as you can see, the line is having smoother curves. Similarly, there is basis, which looks like this. Here as you can see, the extreme points are denoted by the dots, but the line is only drawn in the midsection. Then we have all these types of lines that you can have. Alright, now let's work on getting a tooltip when we hover on the chart like this. So for that, again we simply use a component provided by the Recharts. Here I'll say tooltip. Let's save and check. Now if I hover on here, as you can see, the tooltip is displayed along with the date and the sale figure. So this was a basic idea of how you can render charts using the Recharts library in Next.js. Now let's go through some of the chart types as well. So let's say instead of this line chart, I want a bar chart. Then instead of using the line chart component, I will use the bar chart component. And instead of having a line, we will have the bar component. And bar component will not have the type. Let's save this. And as you can see, we have a bar chart. Now you can alter the width of these bars. So in the bar component, I can say bar size is equal to, let's say, 20. And as you can see, the bar is adjusted. So this was a basic idea about how we can include charts using the recharts in Next.js. To use other types of charts like pie chart, area chart, etc., you can simply use the respective ready components just like we did with line and bar chart. So go ahead and try out the rest of the charts and reach out to us if you have any questions regarding anything related to the development world. Till then, see you.